Someone is mourning your absence. They're mourning your absence. We started off with the card moving on, or move on, and it's all in blue, so this is to do with our throat chakra. When you think of the color blue though, it can give a melancholy kind of feel. New horizons is what I'm hearing. We have mourning, and you look at each of these horizons and they look so different. This one is moving on to something new. This one is sitting in the ruins of something old. Okay, mourning the past, mourning what is no longer, mourning what cannot be rebuilt. Oh, interesting, it cannot be rebuilt. So it seems like there is a relationship that cannot be rebuilt. And someone is mourning this, or people are mourning this. They may be talking about this. They may be talking about you moving on, moving upwards, while their life is in tatters, or while something is happening around them. We also have study in reverse. And this came out more than once, and I didn't understand why at first. But whenever I think of study, I have a card, one of this deck that I've made myself. These cards, one of them says Aquarius, and then it has a pair of glasses with a book, and that gives me student vibes. So we have an Aquarius in reverse. Maybe we have somebody who's in their shadow side. This can be one person, or this can be a group of people, because Aquarius is also to do with our community, isn't it? So you may have a group of people here, a community of people that are mourning your absence. Why are they mourning the absence of the collective? Please and thank you. Celebration. Saving. That came out more than once as well. Okay. Ambition is also coming out. Because of where you're going. Because of where you're going. We have celebration coming out first. Because people are celebrating you. You are somebody's victor. It's giving when I've watched Game of Thrones. I read Game of Thrones as well. That's my little flex, because those books are really chonky. I read up until like the third book. I don't know why I'm telling you this. Anyway, in Game of Thrones, there's a bit where, what is his name? Jaime Lannister's little brother, Tyrion. Tyrion has to find somebody who will be his best fighter, who's gonna fight for him, and then somebody else, whoever it is that's accusing, then has to have their own fighter, their victor, their hero, their heroine. That's what I'm getting here, is that you are being seen as someone's victor, as someone's hero or heroine. Someone's not savior. It's not savior. It's not savior. But you're saving the day in some way. And we have saving coming out here as well. Okay. This celebration for you, this is almost like a recognition of something that you have done. And with moving on, mourning, and then study, this is also like a double message. The message of people missing your absence while they're left to pick up what they see as pick up the pieces, but it's not. It's them having to pick up the pieces of their own choices, their own actions. There's a reason why we leave people behind. It's not always done in malice. Some people maliciously will be like, I don't want anything to do with you. Whereas others are just like, this is not for my highest and greatest good to stay in this relationship, this job, whatever it may be. We're not just looking at the missing of absence. We're also looking at the absolute courage, the courageousness it takes to go off into the abyss, into the void, into the unknown, and having to at the same time mourn what it is that you're leaving behind. And you don't, and sometimes we feel very unprepared to do so. This takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of bravery, a lot of courage to be able to step off of that cliff, like on the Fool card, and say, I'm going to start again, or I'm going to try again, or I'm going to move on. Okay, a tower has crumbled. These are the bricks that I've been left to build with. Look at that ambition. To speak up for myself and to move forward, to create something new. The saving is kind of throwing me. I feel like someone here may be asked to save. Let's have a look. Can I get 1, 2 more? 1, 2 more would be awesome. One or two more, please. Gallant. Why am I getting the word gallant? Someone here is being seen as gallant. So I'm thinking of like knights, like when you think of the Knights of the Round Table, almost like on parade on their horses. They look very gallant. They are courageous and brave and gallant, and they're going to go off and fight the monster or whatever it may be. But they're always going off into the unknown. They're always going into that burning building without knowing whether they're going to come out or not. Okay. We've got pain. We've also got daydream. Do you want to take these? Yep. Okay, I'm going to take those ones. And at the back, we have conform. You broke the norm on something. You broke the mold on something here. I think there is there's a measure of freedom that comes through that maybe the people who are viewing you do not feel like they have. Because pain being in reverse, this is being able to take the experiences that you have had or that you've taken part in, and being able to alchemize the pain and the trauma and the sadness that comes from separation, that comes from betrayal, that comes from disappointment, for example, and go, these are experiences. I'm going to use these to help make myself more wise, not to make myself more fearful and close myself down so that I no longer can connect with the universe, with the community, with other people, but more, this is going to make me more wise. This is going to help me to mature. And there's something here that is very gallant or very courageous about being able to say, this is not for my highest and greatest good. It may not be for your highest and greatest good either. I'm going to dip out. I think it's time for me to leave. And actually doing that, whereas you have other people who are all conforming. They're all conforming to what one person tells them to do. And you're not doing that. Daydream. Daydream for me, it connects very much into our third eye, because when you daydream, you're visualizing. You're literally visualizing an alternative view, alternative dimension, alternative route of your life, of what could come. It's a way of manifesting, no? That's why they say that children are so close to, children see ghosts and things like that, and are so much closer to the Most High, is because they're able to daydream without limitation. Their third eye is wide open, right? You do have a group here of people who may look, you've got deadlock coming out, you've got finality, you've got, what's this one? Dignified in reverse. Someone here seems to be having some sort of awakening. There may be a group of people that are having an awakening, and they're realizing that they are the ones that are left conforming to an old idea of what they thought was right, of what they thought was freedom, whereas you're the one that's living it. You're the one who's living it. And we've got here vitality in reverse. Okay, so someone here is losing energy. Maybe this is an older community. Doesn't have to be. Where would you like me to go? Underneath. Okay, let's have a look. I am also getting that this could be older generations. There are older generations here. You could also have passed over loved ones as well from older generations, so like your grandparents, your great-grandparents, that are watching the achievements that you are making, because not every achievement has to be put up on social media. Not every achievement gets you a certificate. Some achievements are small, but they're small to other people, and they are so grand to us. Being able to set a healthy boundary and say, no, I don't want to do that. I'm not going to do that. You're making me feel uncomfortable. That's a massive achievement to somebody who has always had their voice taken away from them, or has always been dismissed, or has never felt confident enough to do that. Small achievements that actually are major. They're being viewed and applauded by your team of highest light and resonance. I have to say this. They're so proud of you. I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Bronwyn. This is Bronwyn's Cove Tarot 111. If you are new to this channel, welcome in. Welcome in. 1 second. For a moment, I thought that my microphone wasn't on and I was about to have a heart attack, because that's like 13 minutes of me waffling for no reason whatsoever. If you are new to this channel, it's really good to have you here. There's always space for one more. If you are a returning subscriber, soul family, hearts, I love you. I love you guys. Welcome back. I'm going to ring this bell. This is just to cleanse the space around us. If you have any type of sound sensitivity, I advise that you turn your listening device down in 3, 2, and in 1. Perfect. You have some people who are stuck on the fact that you didn't stay, that you actually meant what you said. You meant what you said and you did it. Now, this could be family members. This could be a friendship circle. There is definitely a community or a group of people that are kind of flabbergasted that you just did what you said you were going to do. And there's no ins and outs, no two ways about it. You just did it. Do you want me to put these out? Yep, I've been told to put these out. So we have the Six of Swords in reverse. The Six of Swords is usually about moving away from calamity, moving away from confrontation, moving away from conflict, specifically verbal, that meant the mental body energy. It could be also moving away from those erratic thoughts that we have sometimes after an argument, and we're still thinking about that argument a week later and replaying it in our head and then arguing better in that argument in your head, you know, allowing it to take up space rent free in your mind. This moving on here, it seems to be trailing after someone, and I want to figure out why. This Ace of Pentacles in reverse is the lack of investment. I feel also that some people here may think that you're cold, or like your cut-off game is sharp as a butcher's knife. So sharp here. Like, you don't invest in just, I don't know, you don't invest in looking back. There's something about not looking back, or not looking back for long. And you have here the Nine of Swords in reverse. Others are very, very impressed by how you can start again, or how you can, you speak, you act in a way that you speak, if that makes sense. If you walk the walk, you talk the talk, you walk the walk, you do those things. Even if you do not know exactly how it's going to turn out, even if you do not have all of the information, you just try. You literally just try. You do have a couple of people here who may be sad that you're able to celebrate life without them. And I think that's part of their ego, though, that maybe they're feeling like they are or were larger parts of your life in importance than they actually were. And maybe it's the opposite. Maybe they were very, very important in your life, but they didn't step up to the plate, or step up to, you know, whatever it is that you needed in your life. Tell me about this celebration, please. Oh, we have the Nine of Pentacles coming out. Yeah, someone here, I'm not going to put that one down because it kind of like got caught rather than jumping out. And I like when my cards to jump out because I know that they really want to be chosen. The Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Someone actually is quite amazed at how you've been able to achieve a lot of things that it's not that other people can't do. They didn't think that you were capable of. There are certain things here when it comes to independence, doing things by yourself. It could be living by yourself for the first time. I'm 42 at the end of this month, and I've lived at this place now for nearly 2 years. So at the age of 40, it was the first time that I lived by myself. I have always lived with a boyfriend, or lived with my friends, or lived with family. I have never had an apartment that's just mine, just my space that I can leave as I want it to, or have it, you know, as clean and tidy as I want, and know that if I leave things in a certain place, they're going to be there. And I feel like for someone here, it could be something along those lines. It could be getting a job that you've been able to keep because other jobs you found very difficult to. It's not even someone, there's a group of people that underestimated you being able to create the life that you have now. Okay, but why are you being seen as very gallant? Okay, you got the Eight of Cups coming out here because I don't think it's been a very easy path. I don't think it's been a very easy path in any way, shape or form. The Eight of Cups here is very overwhelming. This person is down on their knees praying while holding a cup here. They're making a wish or manifesting. You know, you have dark clouds up here, and they're very, very far from home. They're very far from home, but they still have their faith, and it keeps them grounded. And I think that people are celebrating this within you. Tell me about saving. Why did saving come up? Why have we got saving? Okay, we have the Nine of Wands. We also have the Five of Wands coming out here. And we have the Two of Cups in reverse. This is very interesting. So with the Nine of Wands, we're looking at the wounded warrior. We're looking at somebody who has not... They haven't finished the battle just yet. They literally haven't finished the battle. There's still things to heal. There's still things that they have to deal with, that they have to work through, that they have to honor and recognize. However, they are very, very close to the end, because after the Ten of Wands, it goes into the major arcana. So that whatever that struggle is, whatever it is that you're healing, is done. So the Nine of Wands here is also about boundaries. Why am I getting that? Saving yourself. Someone saved themselves by moving away from toxic parents, toxic people, people that were naysayers, those that said that you couldn't. And do you know what? When people tell me that I can't, I don't know if it's the Aries in me, but when people tell me that I cannot do something, you can't do that. Watch me. Watch me. I remember being in college in my 20s and being told by my art teacher that I was going to fail the course because I was too all over the place. Well, I have ADHD, you know, what can you do about it? I was too much all over the place, and I was too distracted and rat-tat-tat. And when she told me that I was going to fail and get the lowest mark in the class, I went and got the highest mark in the class. I was like, bet, watch me now. Anyway, I digress. We have the Five of Wands coming out here. They have the Five of Wands coming out here, so that seems to be that there has been a lot of obstacles, a lot of hurdles, a lot of trying to slow you down. People have tried to slow you down. People have not liked that you've been so ambitious. There are people here who are actually very amazed at how brave you've been, at how courageous you've been to keep going, even in the face of adversity, is what I wanted to say, especially with this Two of Cups. You have people here who don't really like you, and I think it's because you've outshone them in some way, or you've made them almost look at the parts of themselves that they don't like, that they don't want to look at, because you do, and it's showing them lacking. So they're comparing themselves. You've even got people that are your haters looking at you in amazement, like, how are you so gallant? How are you so courageous? How are you just like, whatever, flick of the hair, next? How are you doing this? How are you healing like that? How are you able to be like, you know, someone so important in your life, and then within the flick of your hair, they're not? They're literally not. What did we just say? Look at this. We're near the end. Oh my giddy aunt. We have the Nine of Wands here. There's a lot of healing that's been going on. I feel like there's a lot of competition over where you're going. A lot of combativeness is coming through from your ambition. It irks some people here. The same people that it irks are now mourning your absence. Can you believe that? Can you believe the audacity? It must be on 50% off, because why have so many people got it? Why have so many people got so much audacity when it comes to your business, when it comes to your growth, when it comes to your light? Because someone is shining like a star here. This Ten of Wands, you can see this person here is not just putting those sticks up or carrying those sticks, but he's planting. He's literally planting more. Because this is giving the energy of taking what it is that hurt you and alchemizing that. And from that, new things can grow. You don't always have to have weeds there just because something hurts. You know, you have to recognize the weeds. You have to recognize why they're there, why they're growing in overabundance or whatever it may be, before you can pull them out. before you can plant something new. And you've done this. You've literally done this. You have the King of Pentacles coming out here. Something that you manifested from a very long time ago. It's coming into view. It's coming into like your perspective now. Because like we were saying, we're talking about our intuition. And maybe something from when you were very, very little that you daydreamed about, it's actually coming to be. And I think you've amazed someone here, because this is like going through a computer game and getting to like the final boss level. And everyone before that has always lost when they get to, let's say, level 4, and there's level 60. It goes up to level 60, and everyone has always found it hard to get past level 4. How have you got past level 4? How did you not only just get over level 4, but get through all of those levels, all the way up, all the way up? And there's something here about rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. Every time that you fall down, you get back up again. But you're not just getting up again as the person you were, you're getting up as someone new, with more experience, someone wiser. It's like you are growing and expanding. So that by the time you get to level 60, oof, that boss level is not really a boss level. They're not even something to be scared of. And I heard you in. Tell me about this 6 of Swords, please, in reverse. Why? So we have the Queen of Pentacles coming out here. And we also have the 8 of Swords. You have someone here, and it came out on its side because it's telling me that whoever it is out of this group of people, they're kind of missing your absence right now. And they're shook, and they're in awe that you just cut them off and carried on. This person or people, they may be very used to kind of trapping people in cycles of dysfunction. And I don't even know if they do this on purpose, or if this is just the way that they connect with people. But they do so through like spurts of nurturing and helping, and then none whatsoever. Because the Queen of Pentacles is somebody who nurtures not just themselves but others, so that everyone grows. Everybody can grow together. And if part of that is struggling, well, you can go and nurture that bit. You can go and help that person out, because like they say, you know, it takes a village to raise a child. You do it all together, it's going to be a lot easier for each person than doing it by yourself. So whoever this person is, you got the King of Pentacles over here to the Queen of Pentacles. This is somebody who should actually be in line with you. Like, they should align with you, if that makes sense. Not in line, align with you. And they may have had very similar dreams, but they gave up on them because they got to level 4 in that computer game, which is life, and went, that's too hard. I'm going to stay where I am. I'm going to stay mourning the past. I'm not even going to try. I'm not even going to jump and try. I'm going to worry. I'm going to complain. I'm going to stay exactly where I am. But then I'm seeing you going off and doing what you want, and it's scaring them to a certain degree. Because this Queen of Pentacles, it's like they want to help, and then actually, no, they don't. No, I'm going to keep myself to myself and do it for myself. And when they do things like that, it traps them. It literally has trapped them in the past, in not wanting to invest in themselves, because the Ace of Pentacles being here in reverse is the energy of not investing in your own grief. Okay, and that can go one of two ways. It can be, do you know what, I'm not going to invest in victimizing myself and just wallowing in sadness. I've grieved. I've honored the things that I've lost. Because the thing is, when we move away from people, places and things that aren't for us, sometimes it's not a clean cut. Sometimes it hurts, because the people and places and things that aren't for us sometimes mold our identity. It can be our mother, our father, our best friend. It can be the love of our life. It can be the school that we went to for however many years. And it takes time to grieve these things and really detach from the parts of that just aren't for our highest and greatest good, right? This person hasn't done that. They literally haven't done that. And that grieving process of going two ways is either I'm not going to look at it whatsoever, and so it ties me into it forever. I am constantly being pulled to look back, even though I don't want to. Or it's that I'm not going to grieve forever. I'm going to grieve for this amount of time, and then I'm going to move on. Tell me about this Nine of Swords to the study in reverse. I heard bright horizons. Bright horizons. Now the card that caught my eye here was the Eight of Pentacles. Bright horizons. There is something coming in for you that you are being encouraged to grab with both your hands, like grabbing that bull by the horns. And I'm getting Taurus energy, very much to do with an influx in your income. And this is coming from being courageous, from being gallant, from being brave, from going, do you know what, that job looks great. I might not be qualified for it, but I'm going to apply for it anyway. And I honestly feel like there is something here that you may apply for that you think is so outside of what it is that you're qualified for. You're going to get it. You're literally going to get it. You're going to get it. And you might not get it the first time. Let's be real. You might not get it the first time. You get it the second time. You may get it the third time. There's something here with you have to reach. It's almost like reaching for the stars. And if you hit the moon, you're halfway there. And I know that's so flipping cheesy. Your ancestors are so proud of you. Someone's grandparent is really, really, really proud of them. Really proud of them. Okay. We have the Three of Pentacles coming out here. Yeah. There is definitely a collaboration coming in here. And you've literally left people in the dust. You left people in the dust. Okay. Let's see what this one is. The Star. You're coming out as the Star, you guys. You are being seen as the Star. Your healing journey is meant to be seen. And I mean only the things that you're comfortable with, of course. But tell me about ambition, please. Tell me about ambition. Thank you. Got the Two of Wands. The thing is as well is the rise to the top is going to be a bumpy ride to a certain degree. There are going to be hurdles. There are going to be those that try to place obstacles in front of you. I don't think this is something that even needs to be said because it's pretty obvious. Look at how far you've got yourself. I'm surprised that the Seven of Pentacles hasn't come out. Look at how far you've got. I heard brazen. Someone has brazen energy. And I don't know if they're saying that as a positive or a negative, but I would take that as a compliment. Direct, brazen, brave, courageous, gallant. You do you. You do you. My goodness, this is amazing. You are like a ball of fire coming into a room, setting everything alight, and then leaving. And the people that are left in that room, it's not even that they're panicking that the place is alight because they're going, oh my gosh, 1 second, that's my light. I've got that light too. I've got that fire within me. You really are reminding people to kind of like live and not just exist. Yeah, you've got meditation coming through here. And you also have temperance. Okay. There is a need here to meditate more. Your mindful techniques are really good. This is for someone specific. Your mindful techniques are really good. Someone may sit near water and even meditate or do breath work or just kind of like sit and get in a zone. And if you don't, you're being encouraged to do so. This is going to give you insight into something here. You have temperance coming out as well. So we're looking at moderation. We're looking at balance here. Write down your ideas. Sketch your ideas. Start placing them from your head into paper, into this. Take them from the etheric and place them into the material, into this 3D world. Okay, there's a load of other cards here as well. I'm not going to take those. But I do feel like you may have been the first person in this community, and I'm getting that this could be a community of people, could be your family, could be a group of friends, but you are the first person to do it. You're the first person to break out. You're the first person to step forward and just jump and know that you're going to be caught. And you have a lot of people here that they may have this twinge of like they're your hater or they want you to fail, but they're actually really proud of you. They're actually really flipping proud, really proud, and they're in awe. They're literally amazed. You'll be playing a different role. Come now. Now let me grab these. Oh, I nearly dropped all of them. Oh my gosh. What have you got to say, Spirit? You're being very talkative today. Okay. Unsettled times, need to plan ahead. And I'm placing this down over here. So it seems like the people that you have left behind, that as you are going on to bigger and better things, because they're not willing to look at the lessons and the, you know, the experiences that the universe is giving them as a lesson so that they can grow, they're getting more and more stuck with unsettled times, need to plan ahead. Tell me about the Eight of Pentacles to study. Okay, we have successful outcome to your problem. We also have here, you are on the road to success. Get in. Check you out. Wow. We also have here dissatisfaction with life. We also have dealings or relationship with a younger man. So there's something about how candid you are in how you express your experiences and how you talk about maybe your upbringing or things that have happened that, you know, have left trauma. These are the things that the community, and I'm not talking about this community, but the wider community, your soul family, people that are going through very similar things, this is what they connect with. Because there's a rawness, a vulnerability, and a real human, I don't know, a human touch to how you express yourself, whether you sing, you dance, you blog, you speak, whatever it may be. You do have here dealings or relationship with a younger man coming out, and I'm placing this down over ambition. So there is a hurdle, there is a person here that may try and make things difficult for you, and it could be simply because if this is someone from your past, if this is part of a community that you have moved away from, be that a sibling, be that a work colleague or a romantic partner, if they are part of creating trauma within your life and you are openly expressing and talking about that, even if you change names and places, they are going to know that's about them. They're going to know it's about them. And the ego gets the better of us and they're going to feel hurt. Tell me about meditation, please, and pain in reverse. Pay attention to your work is coming out here. We also have affairs with your family underneath. Now, I really got caught to this one fast, so I'm going to place that one down, and I'm also going to put pay attention to your work over here. Anything else? A goal-orientated person. I'm going to leave this here because I could go on forever. I hope this has given you the confirmation and clarity that you needed and that you already intuitively knew. If you are new to my channel and this resonated, I would love you to hit on the like, the subscribe, and on the notification bell so you can see more of my content and when I post. If you are a returning subscriber, soul family, hearts, kisses. I love you guys. Stay safe. Bye.